Good morning. I am Barbara Davey, Davey, and I worked for Pennsylvania Bureau of State Parks from 1982 until December 2016. And it was a wonderful adventure, and it really was an adventure. Part of what I liked about it is that it was mental, physical, the natural world and the human world and science all rolled into one wonderful job. And it was never the same any 2 days. You would be at the governor's mansion one day and the next day at a sewer plant. It was just the full spectrum. And I loved the physicality of it. But the most rewarding part always was when you saw that aha, when you made a connection between the natural world and your visitors, when they finally got it, or they finally saw it, or a family came in that was so excited because they just seen their first black bear, or little children learning how to fish. And that excitement and that joy is just contagious. So, the staff tries to give it out, but they also get it back and it works. So that to me was very rewarding. I started back in the 80s when there were no women in the superintendents. We weren't managers then, we were superintendents, and there were none. And so I was working in the field as a ranger and down at Cadorus, and I was lucky enough to get promoted into central office as a superintendent, and several years later, got promoted back out. And had a wonderful career. The longest stay was up at Promised Land, where I was for 13 years till our 100th anniversary. And then I transferred down to the Region 4 office near Quakertown. I think our state parks are critically important to the people of Pennsylvania and much broader. To me, the primary goal is to reconnect a community, people who no longer live off the land, to the land. They don't, they're not raising their own food, they're not butchering their own food, they're not growing trees. And so to reconnect people with the environment is absolutely critical. It's not only joyful, but it's critical to our survival. And we have in state parks the opportunity to start building that bridge from the unknown to the known, so that appreciation grows and then action grows from there. And I think we are the best conduit to build that bridge. I think one of my most proud times was while I was working at Promised Land, and we worked with donors. We had a small museum there. It was an old CCC pavilion, and we received some significant donations from friends of the Civilian Conservation Corps community and members of that community who had been enrollees in the CCC. And with that, we were able to renovate the CCC building and dedicate that specifically to the history of the Civilian Conservation Corps in Pike County, Pennsylvania, and also across the state. And then build a new wing that was dedicated to the natural world. And it's a wonderful blend. It's still there. We have a CCC statue there. And to be able to do that, a lot of it from funds that were donated by the people that love the park and love the Civilian Conservation Corps. That was a real. So if you are looking to join the ranks of the people who work in the Park Service, whether in Pennsylvania or anywhere else, if you're planning to work in the field, I would just say, remember, it's as much a lifestyle as it is a job. It does consume a lot of your life because it's where you live, it's who you become in the community. But there's a way to make a balance, but it's very much a lifestyle. But it's a wonderful lifestyle. It is an adventure, and I doubt you will ever regret it.